Hey everyone, I am making a different type of video today. I'm sorry, I'm been recovering from COVID. I finally got it. I thought I was special and was immune to it, but no, it came down hard and it was pretty it was pretty bad. And to top it off, just know I have been in the middle of the wildfire disaster that a lot of you guys have been seeing on the news, and it is as bad as it looks. So I have been basically kind of displaced. I I didn't need to evacuate, but I was in evacuation zone. I'm very lucky to be unaffected, but it's interesting with COVID how you can't smell anything, and I wasn't able to smell everything burning around me. And finally, just one day, I was able to smell all of the just the ashes and the smoke, and you could see like the soot and everything outside. Like the sky was gray for maybe 3 or 4 days, and a lot of power outages, and we actually can't drink water. We have to get it, water, bottled water, all that kind of stuff because everything is kind of contaminated right now. So it's been it's been kind of crazy. And to see Runyon Canyon burn down, I don't know how if you guys are familiar with Hollywood, but that is a very iconic hiking spot. And the fact that the fires came from all directions is just crazy. And just know that the night before the wildfires happened, the winds were going like 100 mile an hour. It was really strange. It was like we were in a tornado. The Santa Ana winds were kind of like pushing through, and just one spark is going to ignite those areas that are heavily, you know, populated with, brush and forest, and then put that in with all the houses that are all coupled together with dry brush, no rain, and this kind of climate. It was just a disaster. And then they found out that, some people were doing arson, some was coming from the winds that hit the power lines. It just was coming in all directions. And so if you live in California, Southern California, I'm sure most of you have been to Malibu. Malibu is kind of one of these places that are just like such a heart central place of California. And all of these places, all of these restaurants that you go to, the piers, everything, those got burnt down. Palisades is so iconic. It's crazy that that whole area is just like gone. It's it has been pretty devastating for our whole community. And the amazingness of it is you see a lot of the goodness of people shine through, and a lot of the communities coming together. Even our workplace, we didn't have to come into work for a couple of weeks because of wanting to keep all the roads clear for, you know, ambulances and fire trucks and all that kind of stuff. So it has been pretty pretty crazy, and being in the center of it all and having the fires come at all sides is just, it was really frightening. And it was weird to be, working remotely and having your agency and vendors say like, "Hey, we're evacuating right now." And then we have a ton of coworkers and friends that have their GoFundMe's because their house is burnt down. And it's so crazy how many people had their fire insurance canceled, and how that's allowed. I just it's all really sad, but I will say that it really has brought a lot of humanity out. And I actually I've been saying this like for years that I want to leave California. Like I truly want to leave California. It's just that my type of work is kind of only in California. So I truly still want to leave because I feel like, this is like the sign, the last sign that I need to go. But I will say that I'm really proud of the people in California that have just rallied together. And I have gotten so much love and support from people outside of California in all different states. Everyone's asking how everything is going. And so I just really appreciate the concern because truly it is, I can't explain it in words, especially when you've lived here for so long and to see it all gone. Like, I was even watching like Jimmy Kimmel and he was like crying when he was giving his monologue. It's so like I can't put it into words. So I just want to thank Aptoid for giving me a code. It is FIREHELP. I will be donating proceeds from that to the Pasadena Humane Society. They are the Humane Society that's closest to like the Eaton fires, and they basically took their animals that were in the shelter currently, flew them out so that they can make room for all of the displaced animals and the wildlife. They have freaking pigs there. They have peacocks there. They have chickens. I'll show you guys the animals that are there that people are basically putting there, posting it so that the owners can find their lost animals. And it's really devastating because when they have evacuation orders, a lot of people were blocked. They were roadblocked. They could not go to their house to rescue their pets. And there's like, I can't imagine how devastating that would be, where you are completely hopeless. And luckily, a lot of the firefighters went to the homes and broke through the doors, just opened them so that pets could get out. So, unfortunately, not every pet was, allowed to do that. But the fact that the community has this, you should see how many people donated. Like, all of this food, like our mountains of food at the Pasadena Humane Society, and there's a lot of people donating, and that's where I'm donating to. I am always hesitant to promote charities and donations and stuff because a lot of times they're not legitimate or they don't really go to the real, the charities that you want them to go to. So this is a organization that is legitimate. They have been there for, I mean, forever. It is the Humane Society, so you all know that, like, that is a legitimate organization. And because they have rescued and sheltered over 700 animals, I think that they're going to need, more help and more support, and hopefully a lot of people can be reunited with their pets. And, my heart goes out to the people that lost theirs. And again, I will be dedicating everything in the memory of Baby Bear. And I know how that feels. So I very much want to support that cause for the animals. So that being said, I'm sorry for a downer of a video, but I wanted to let you guys know what was going on. I know I've been missing, but this is why. And, I'll try to get as much Evony content as possible to help with the code, and any support that you guys can send, I really appreciate. And I'll also add the link to the Humane Society directly so you can see that it's legitimate, and if you want to donate directly, feel free to do. I know that the animals will thank you for it because I know that they don't have their own voice, so they do rely on us to help them. And I just wanted to leave this last monologue with you because I think it touches upon exactly how I feel and want you guys to understand the devastation that really has hit us. So that being said, I will see you guys in the chats, and I'll talk to you soon.
As you know, it has been a very scary, very stressful, very strange week here in LA, where we work, where we live, where our kids go to school. We are back in our studio, which we had to evacuate on Wednesday. That's our building right there, the El Capitan. That is how close this fire was to our theater here. Many of us had to leave our homes in a hurry. Some of our coworkers lost their homes. That's Hollywood. It's It's been terrible. It's been a terrible. Everyone who lives in the city knows someone, most of us, multiple people, families, friends, colleagues, neighbors whose houses burned down. And the truth is, we don't even know if it's over. We had 100-mile-per-hour winds fueling this nightmare. As of tonight, the winds are back. And I think I speak for all of us when I say it has been a sickening, shocking, awful experience, but has also been, in a lot of ways, a beautiful experience because once again, we see our fellow men and women coming together to support each other. People who lost their own homes were out volunteering in parking lots, helping others who lost theirs. And tonight,